Hi there and thanks for clicking. Something a bit different this time. I'm not doing anything specific, it's more of an update. I managed to go and get my Lorica cleaned, which has been requiring a clean for a good few years. I've tried a few times doing it with normal elbow grease and various cleaning apparel. However, not really going to work. When I've gone online and I've looked at how people clean their Lorica segmentata, generally speaking, they're using power tools, don't have those. So I managed to find somewhere nearby, a place called A&M Polishing, which is in Bolney, which is West Sussex. Now I should add from the outset, these guys didn't pay me, I paid them. They didn't give me a discount. This is the first time they've ever done Roman armour, which isn't really surprising given they usually polish other types of more mainstream things. So I took it along a couple of weeks back, picked it up today. I've had a look at it. It's all taped up at the moment, but it looks really good. And what I wanted to do was show you guys, hopefully, what it might have looked like. I don't think they ever really polished it, the Romans, that much. They kept it in better condition than I have, I'm sure of that. However, it's just a bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a show off. Anyway, we're going to look at the helmet that I had done and the Lorica itself. And if anything, this is something I'll come back to at some point in about 6 or 7 months and look at it and think, oh, that's what it looked like. I'm very poor at maintaining my kit, so here we go. This will hopefully keep me on the straight and narrow. So let's have a look. So to start with, I said we're going to look at the helmet. I've put my latex gloves on because I don't want to get any excess skin oils onto the Lorica or the helmet as of yet. I'm visiting a school in a couple of Mondays' time, and it's going to be hell on the armour because the kids will be punching me and just generally getting their greasy mitts all over it. And that's just part and parcel of having it. So what I'll be doing is immediately after that I'll be wiping it down and then making sure the rust doesn't accumulate. You want to sort of anticipate the problem, you have less to clean, as I am learning now. So I've got my Dexter gloves on and I'm going to grab a helmet, which looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with this. It's come out beautifully. Now, annoyingly, I didn't have any before pics. I think I might have some, so if I have, I'll stick them up. But shall we just say this looks shinier than I ever remember it looking. And really importantly, I had a lot of build up on the back. On this piece in particular, I was getting quite a lot of sort of pitting and rusting going on. It just didn't look too great. The brass has come up very nicely. I'm going to be using Brasso, assuming I can say Brasso, or a Brasso sounding product on that. On the front, again, looks really good. Yeah, all in all, I'm absolutely thrilled with this because it does look, it made me realise just how mucky it was. So, all in all, very happy with that. So let's look at the look at the Lorica. Had a bit of a rethink and just going to show you 2 of the pieces because you're going to be seeing the same thing twice over. I will put the Lorica together and show you it in its full glory. Before that though, I wanted to show you 2 of the pieces, as I said, rather than the 4, apologise, and also this. Now if you've seen my vlog, plug, you would have seen I did something quite, well, hopefully interesting on the Pugio, the dagger that some of the legions seem to carry. Again, this was suffering from quite a bit of wear and tear. It had a lot of sort of discoloration, I suppose, bit of rust, just generally looking not particularly good. And here we have it. This, by the way, if you've seen my vlog, you will know this was the type of dagger that Caesar would have been stabbed to death with, which is always nice to know. And all very good. It's all very pretty, looks nice, looks shiny. Kids will absolutely ruin it when they get their mitts all over it. But there we go, part of the course. So this is the first part. This is the front. Yep, this looks like the front, left side of me, you're right. Looks really good. I do have some photos. I think I do have some photos of this, but there was a lot of problems I was having across the top here and on the front. You can see, come a bit closer, you can see that it's all really been taken off and it looks really good. The brass, again, I'll be using a product of unnamed Virtue upon it, but everything's looking really good. I will have to give it a slight wipe down because it's got some of the stuff from the tape on there, but even so, look, we'll have to do the leather as well. I know I've got some beeswaxy type stuff for the leather, so you need to keep that. Lorica has got quite a bit of leather, as you can see, here and here. You need to keep that nourished and looking good, because otherwise it will fall apart. If you're wondering what the blacking here is, this is some Lorica. You get this, people paint the inside to stop it rusting on the inside. I have no problem with that. I go on some forums and it seems to be quite contentious, and people say, oh, it's not genuine, it's not real because they didn't do that. No, fair enough, you know. I don't speak Latin either. I'm a fraud, I suppose, but a happy fraud with shiny armour. Looking at the other piece, I'm trying to work out. Would that be the front, I think? Yeah, that looks like the armpit. So that would be this side, would it? Yeah, I don't think it'll be that way up. No, I'd hope not. So yeah, let's just imagine it's this way up. You don't really care, do you? So it's brilliant. Again, very nice. A lot of the pitting you can still see. I mean, this is obviously how bad it had been. Still some stuff here. I don't know if you're going to pick that up. Here, bit there, bit there. You can see around here. And that was getting obviously quite nasty, but he's managed to take that out. He's always going to be there. Again, it's armour, it's going to pick up all sorts of blemishes and watermarks, and in a way that's quite nice because it does make it your own a bit, I suppose, if it's got a few bangs and knocks on it. The important thing is this isn't going to degrade the armour any great extent. This isn't going to make it less wearable, or it's not going to fall apart, hopefully. Anyway, there we are. Brilliant. So, this is the armour. I'm going to go away now, have a cup of tea, and put it together, put it on the stand, and you can see it for all its glory. Here we have the finished product. Really, really good. Putting it back together wasn't that easy, though. Again, that's probably me. And latex gloves when you're trying to take stuff, tape off and fiddly things, and putting these boys back on. It's never the easiest, but it was done. In any case, I'm really, really pleased with it. I didn't ever think that it would come up this well. Still a lot of scratches on it. Obviously, things that I've got up to, and I'm trying to think what would have caused them. There's quite a few down here that are downward facing, and I'm trying to work out what those are. I was getting a lot of problems because of it's blackened on the inside, and that stops the rust, as I mentioned. That was seemingly coming through somehow, and I was getting these kind of little, you can see it here, you might be able to, sort of watermarks, I suppose, is the best way of describing them. Again, it's armour, it's going to do this. It's not sitting in a case or whatnot. I'm wearing this out, I'm having school kids punching me and, you know, all sorts with it on. So it's going to pick up marks. A bit of tiny bits. That'll come off. Either way, my next course of action is to give it a wipe down. I've read loads of different things you can do, and my only advice is to consult various reenactment forums. Some people say mineral oil, I've seen gun oil. You get some strange looks if you're from the UK and you walk into a shop and ask for gun oil, but there we go. I've even seen Vaseline. Vaseline apparently is a really good idea if you think you might be taking it out and it's going to be rain or there's going to be moisture in the air, because obviously it keeps all that off. Again, you know, might be a bit weird if people come into contact with it, and that's one of the challenges I've got, because when I'm wearing this, I'm not in a field, just being watched by a bunch of people doing a reenactment of some sort. I'm usually interacting with people, and if you're doing that, people want to touch and everything, so I'm very concerned about putting anything on there that, particularly kids, because kids love, you get two reactions from children. You get babies in particular, terrified or absolutely fascinated by it. And what I'd hate to happen is want them to be putting that and they put something, you know, you can see where this could go. Don't want that to happen, so I'm looking at something that's going to be non-toxic, or at least won't really make any difference, not going to hurt anyone. Trying to work out what that might be. I've read that people are going to sort of wax it and stuff like that. Not so sure. Well, I've got plenty of time to look. The important thing for me now is just to keep moisture off it. You're probably wondering what the Romans did, and I am, because they would have used iron. Their lorica were made of iron, and as you know, iron loves rust. Pliny seemed to come up with an idea that iron was punished by rust because it was used for weapons, or that's one interpretation that I saw, which is an interesting spin on it. I'm not sure to what extent that's in any way true. However, he did come up with something that is the closest we have to what the Romans would have used, and it was lead acetate and vegetable pitch, I think gypsum as well. I've seen a lot of ash and sort of fats and things that they might have used to keep them in good nick. I imagine that olive oil would have been an option as well, or any sort of oil. The main challenge for any soldier in the field would be to keep this dry, and I suppose that would have been a particular challenge if you were based anywhere in Europe, North Europe particularly. If you're in North Africa, less so, but still, you're going to have different types of challenge. In either case, it would have been a difficulty to keep this thing and keep it in a good state, and it was important to do it because this was ultimately going to save your life. I'm doing it, I want it to look good, and that's very, very narcissistic. The Roman soldier using it, legionary wanting to use this, would want to make sure that bits aren't going to fall off mid-battle, because if it is, that's endgame. I will be doing a piece on the Lorica separately to all of this. I did think about doing it when I got this back, and I thought I didn't want to rush it because I know it doesn't look like it, but trust me, I do actually put quite a bit of work into my vlogs and making sure that I'm at my peak vlog weight and all sorts, and I've got some interesting facts for you. With that in mind, I hope that I might even appear in this in the Lewes Bonfire Festival. Apparently there's some chap who wants some Roman soldiers or Roman legionaries to be walking in that. If you've never heard of the Lewes Bonfire Festival, look it up. It is quite something else. Not sure whether I'll do it or not. I need to get some Caligay, but that's another story. You don't need to know about that. In either case, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed some of this, or you learnt something. Look forward to the next vlog I'll do, which will be on the Lorica segmentata, and I'll come up with some ideas. I'll also be comparing it to other types of Roman armour, because they didn't just wear this. I've worn different types as well, and I'll be talking to you about the different types that I've worn and what I thought of them. In any case, thanks again for the guys who did this, A&M Polishing. I'll put a link down because I said I would, because it's great for other people who've also got armour, who don't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. I had no idea. I rang up a couple places and they said, no mate, not interested. This guy did it. It's not a paid advertorial. I'm sure if you wanted an advertorial, he'd get a better one than this. I paid full whack, and I'm just doing this because I think it's a really good idea to get it out there so other people can understand there is that resource. And now he's done it the first time, he will know how to do it better for you guys if you ever need it done. So it's sort of, I'm trying to help people out, giving them more resources. Likewise, if you have any ideas on what you think would be a good way of keeping this and keeping the rust and stuff off it, then please drop me a line. Bear in mind, I work and I visit schools and things like that, so I don't want anything that's going to start burning the hands off kids. Never a good thing. It's also got leather. Sometimes you see people and they say, oh, use this. Got to remember, this has got leather on it, and the leather is really important. I don't want anything that might perish it or eat into leather or cause any other problems to it. So if you've got any suggestions and you do this and you know much about it, please post comments below. If you've got any other questions, please post comments below. I've had comments before and they've been really nice and positive, and there's been really engaging ones. I'll always try and reply to them. Thanks again. Anyway, I'm going to go away now. I'm going to leave you be. Thanks for watching, and I hope to have another vlog up soon.